Hear me out. I needed to get this off from my chest. I'm 35F, and he's 37. We have two adorable children aged 5 and 9, been married for 12 years. Within these 12 years we've lost many of our relatives, friends, lost ourselves, grew together. I wanted to enhance my career and my husband helped me tremendously for that. He sold his business to help the kids while I worked my job. It also helped us pay off our house loan too. He became a full-time stay-home dad while I worked outside. It was rough for me too, having to work in a male-dominated workforce while ensuring everything is okay. Without him, I couldn't have done this. I've lost both of my parents in 2020 and 2021 respectively, and he lost his mother in 2020. Both of us were depressed combined with him not being able to vent out. I am an extrovert and had a lot of friends to talk to, but he didn't. During October, he met a single mom from our kids' school, and they began chatting casually. Let's call her S in this post. I began to spend more and more time outside for job and venting out to friends. It was like a drug to me. I forgot the fact that I was neglecting someone and that someone is my husband. I denied him sex. At times I used to belittle him and argue. There were a lot going on my mind at that time coupled with the fact I lost my parents, was depressed, was in too deep an adrenaline rush. In December it was our 5's birthday, but I had an urgent meeting. I know many of you are going to hate me for this, but I am looking at a promotion this year and I really needed to visit that meeting. I wrapped up my meeting and was heading home when I got to know one of my friends had an accident and I was needed. I drove there and was late for my child's birthday. That night, we got into a huge argument, where he talked about I needed to get off about my parents. I yelled back at him and said very hurtful things. I told him he needed to man up because I was the one earning. It threw him off a little bit and he stormed out of house. He returned next day. We both apologized to each other, ultimately deciding to give us another shot. It was the first time we were intimate in months. He told me he loved me. Christmas week, the guy who had an accident passes away. I was devastated. Because he was a childhood friend of mine, it plunged me further into depression. My husband wanted me to help, but I yelled at him again. New Year, I ruined his and our children's because of my stupid action, which was to hang out with a friend of mine who returned back to the country after 3 years. I ended up spending the night at her place. First week of January, I see him being distant, and on 8th January, he gives me the divorce papers, blindsiding me. I asked why. He told me he doesn't know who I am. I was not the person he thought I was. I changed and for worse. I don't ever talk to him. True. We weren't intimate. True. I belittle him in every step even though the sacrifices he made led us here. True. He wants someone to grow old together, not someone who yells at him and demeans him, neglects family. True. He wants us to go separate ways, so we can both be happy. He doesn't think I'm happy. Lie. He's tired to being a doormat and me making him feel insecure. Lie. I never told anything that would hurt him. I made a mistake because I was stressed out and yelled at him. It was awful for him and me too. I wasn't the person who I used to be. Then he told me the truth of wanting a divorce. The day we got into an argument, our kid's birthday, he stormed out and went to S's house. They slept together. He confessed they both have feelings for each other, and it was the only time they did. He offered me his phone, passwords, account, everything. It was an emotional connection that turned physical just once. He told me he was broken, and she mended him, told me he is sorry, but he has a right for happiness too. I told him I want to work on us, do couples therapy and quit my job. I love this man, but he's done. He told me he will move out. I can keep the house. Had I been a good spouse and partner to him, it wouldn't have happened. It's a dead end for us. I love him, but I need to let him go for his own happiness.